Hello and welcome back to another fan fiction reading by Zolo. Yep, I'm back. So, shall we continue with The Monster by Blackwing? Life in the Wild. Nightshade's Nightmare Night. While he slept trying to forget his pain, Nightshade encountered a familiar but annoying face. He wasn't even surprised at appearance anymore. He had gotten used to having her pop out right next to him. Well, who's back? I trust you have been having fun? Lyra said sarcastically. Oh, loads. Yesterday I almost died from poison, and I have to get saved by some kids and a potion maker who speaks only in rhyme. And today I feel worse pain imaginable. He had plenty of sarcasm of his own. Lyra didn't know Sakura, so she didn't think about it. Instead, she just let out the laugh, but asked a serious question. So, what she was saying didn't match her facial expression. What could hurt you more than almost dying? She inquired. Haven't you heard about being kicked enough forced to kill a lion right in your fertility? He shot back, obviously annoyed again. All Lyra could mutter was an "oh." She suddenly became very quiet. What? Are you not going to bombard me with questions this time? He asked half sarcastically and half curious. Not this time. I figure you were enough in pain as it is, without me talking your head off. And beside, I don't want you to leave, she said with a sullen look. Finally, you're getting it, Nightshade said plainly. Since I already told you a lot in our short visit, maybe you could tell me something. Lyra was a little surprised. She was interested in him, but she never thought that he interested in her. Then again, they didn't have talking ponies, whatever humans were from, so she guessed it made sense. However, rather than asking about her world, the human asked something completely unexpected. Why are you so interested in humans? He said. So, Lyra began to tell her story, telling how she was used to dream of humans, seeing their world and noticing that everything in her was based of objects used for human use. How things were meant to be used with hands and had developed in a hoofed world, and were operated with magic. The whole story took several hours. Rather than interrupting her, the human listened intensely. Seems it was just a question that annoyed him. I know you don't like questions, but can I ask you one? The tail unicorn asked. I guess so. What's your name? She followed. Nightshade face palmed all the time they had spoken, however brief. He had completely neglected his name. Lyra seemed interested in what he did with his hand, as they did the same thing. Why face hoofing? She asked. Face hoof? Oh, where I come from, we have hands, not hoofs. So it's called face palm, after the palm of our hands. Uh, and what I'm doing is because having not told you my name. I have been incredibly rude, even if you are annoying. That's the least I think I could do. He shook his head. I had a different name before, but I changed it because it's a reminder of the past that I'd rather forget. Just call me Nightshade. Alright, Nightshade. Well, you at least didn't wake up and block me out again. It's morning, by the way, Lyra said as she disappeared. Nightshade woke up to find that he was lying in a different position than he had felt asleep in, and wondered in the miracle that he didn't have fallen out of a tree due to his tossing and turning. Completely forgetting about yesterday's bad memories, he got up and finally saw his savior, the dead tree that he had given his injuries to, ripping off pieces off. Quite glad to have some wood that wouldn't come back to life when he wasn't looking and attack him. He fashioned to make himself snowshoes. After all, he didn't know when the climate, but it was definitely getting colder. He didn't want to get caught in the snow. Appleblom and Sweetie Belle didn't. Sorry, I need to repeat that. Appleblom and Sweetie Belle didn't visit often. Over the next couple of months, because they had other jobs they had to tend to. Scootaloo frequently, since she was an orphan and didn't have a family to go home to or chores to do. She decided that she would ask a very delicate question. "Mm, Nightshade?" she asked, her voice squawking. "Yes, Goods, what is it?" He returned his own question, using her nickname. "Well, as you know, I'm an orphan and I don't have any family members that I know of. So I live in the orphanage, and I just wondering if maybe..." She began to stutter incoherently. Nightshade stood up and she almost thought that he was going to get mad. Then he crouched down and gave her a hug. "I know it's hard to be alone. Of course you can stay with me," he said. He had become really fond of his little friend, and it hurt him to know that she was just alone as he was. "Why will you be... oh, will you be okay with it? I mean, I am a monster after all," he said laughingly. "I don't care," said the crying orange Pegasus. "You have been the better to me than any pony, and you helped me and my friends. You're no monster, you're amazing. Monsters are cruel and you're kind," she returned the hug. Then it settled. "You'll stay with me for now on. But there are three problems now that we have to deal with right away. And I'm going to need you for all of them." Scootaloo became a little sad that she didn't want to be a problem, but also curious. What could this amazing creature that have given her so much possible need her for? "First, I don't have a house. And if you're going to live with me, that's going to be a priority." She was confused. "Where have you been sleeping then?" she asked, puzzled. "Well, I don't need to sleep that often, but when I do, I normally climb up a tree." Scootaloo was shocked. She, he slept in a tree? Was he crazy? She didn't care. "I can handle getting the wood to build it, but I need an axe to cut down the trees as well as a saw for cutting them to sizes. And I have to go down to town for that. You take these bits and to get it. I got some pay for helping Zagora collect some plants for potions. Poison joke is no laughing matter. He giggled as he handed over a small pouch filled with jingling coins. Second thing, these forces can be dangerous. If you don't know what you are doing, so I have to teach you the ins and out of the forest life. I'm sure Sakura will be able to help you with that too, giving her a pat on the head. And third, the most important thing of all, if you start getting chased, you need to escape. But you can't do that on the forest floor. You're going to need to learn to stop and give a dramatic pause. To fly. The orange Pegasus was absolutely ecstatic. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, thank you, thank you, thank you! Giving him a hug that nearly squeezed the life out of him. Okay, okay, kid. Now get going. We have work to do, he smiled. Construction of the little cabin went very quickly, because of certain someone never get tired. Scootaloo, that is. She was so excited she almost never slept the entire time they built. And she may have little help staying awake from her new parents. They worked for 3 days and 3 nights, building a cabin in the clearing that the orphan, the Orange Pegasus, originally crashed near. They're still remembrant of the camp, so they had to be cleared away first. Nature chopped down trees, turned the wood into planks, and built walls, doors, and roof supports. Scootaloo got a load of hay together for the thatched roof. Rather than using nails, because they were expensive, he shaped each piece to fit perfectly and used thick wooden pegs to hold it all together. Having no glass for windows, they settled for some square holes, which could be covered by closing vertical shutters. They also made some beds, a fireplace out of stones, a table, and some chairs. The whole place had a rather rustic feel and fit perfectly out in the woods. If you didn't know it was there, you have no way to find it. They slept their first night in the cabin and lay down for what would be the best sleep that either had in a long time. Climbing into bed, Nightshade gave Skull a kiss on the forehead, heading off to the bed himself. Good night, Scoots, he smiled. Good night, Nightshade, she returned. Please call me Dad. Well, that was an interesting chapter. Not long, but yeah. And here you have it, Monday's promised chapter. And I will probably do one more because I can. And about 2 days I will do one or maybe two more. And then next Monday and so on. It a little depends on what's happening on the weeks, but I will try to do my best to do this. So thank you very much, and please subscribe if you want more. I will try to give it more and more of my all what I can. See you next time.